The second topic is a statewide adoption center. As was reported in the previous sitting in this August House, a baby hatch was set up in KPJ, Kuching, 2 years ago to rescue unwanted newborns and to curb baby dumping and thus to hopefully bring down the statistic of abandoned babies in the state. I'd like to know of the numbers of babies successfully adopted since then. Nevertheless, to have just one baby hatch in just one place in the whole of Sarawak is not sufficient for such a big state as Sarawak. Teenage pregnancies occur in every corner of the state, and it is not always convenient, nor does everyone have the means to fly or travel to Kuching to make arrangements to make use of the facility at the hatch. With our state government venturing aggressively into the digital world, it is time for the government to set up a proper adoption agency in various districts in the state, linked and connected online for cases of paperwork and so forth. This is especially needed where improper adoption is rampant and which have contributed greatly to unrecognized birth certificates and thus to statelessness of children in our state. Here I would like to divert a bit by asking the Honourable Minister of the issue of amending our adoption ordinance to be like those in West Malaysia and Sabah by not having the adoption reflected in the birth certificate but only in the adoption registry. This will go a long way to address this issue for couples who want to keep the adoption a secret from the child himself or herself. If I may be so bold as to say, the failure to make the necessary amendments to the legislation to cater for the needs and best interests of the people is a contribution to the problems and issues which are plaguing our society today. Therefore, I hope to hear long-awaited news for a bill to amend the adoption ordinance in the next June sitting. Going back to the proposed adoption center in various districts, it will decrease the people's reliance on brokers, and in this way, the state government will be able to curb this illegal activity of falsifying birth certificates. References can be made to adoption centers in other countries such as UK, Australia, United States, and even Singapore as to the operation of these centers. Process and procedure of adoption is generally simple. First, the biological mothers who are unable to take care of the child may register at the center where there shall be a list of interested adoptive parents who will have undergone a scrutiny by the social welfare to ensure that the family of the adoptive parents is qualified and suitable. Once the child is born, the child may then be surrendered to the interested adoptive couple. Staff members of the center should be trained to prepare all necessary paperwork to ensure that proper adoption takes place, so that the child concerned shall not grow up stateless and there should be no further issues after adoption. Of course, the adoption centers have to work closely with social welfare and district officers to ensure that the paramount interests of the children are protected. If steps are taken by the government, I perceive that slowly but surely the setup of such centers will decrease the issue of statelessness in this state, which was caused by fake birth certificates, which I'm sure is what the state government is working towards as well.